nations. You know, in Revelation chapter 12, it speaks of it as a dragon, the red dragon. You know, I know a lot of you say that, well, you know, color ain't in the Bible. That's a clue that the Most High gave you, being red. Let me see. Who is red on the earth today? I wonder. Well, I don't want to just spew out my emotion. We'll move on. Let's first go back in history about who's red on this earth. Cause I know the so-called white man, he really wants to believe that he's white, you know, which is part of that cup that we're going to deal with later. But we're going to go to Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. You know, I'm going to go straight to the point, you know, because the main topic of discussion is the fourth beast, you know. And the first came out red, you know, it was just a clue. All over like an hairy garment, you know, and that first one was Esau, and they shall call his name Esau, and which is the word I shall mean wasted away. He didn't have no pigment. And then I'm gonna jump down to Genesis chapter 25 verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage. Those again, red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Why? Because Edom is a Hebrew word meaning Adawam, which means red. Okay, that's another clue. See, that's a precept lining up with another precept concerning this fourth beast. It's red. Keep that in mind. Okay, we're going to move on. Now, if you go to Daniel chapter 7, verse 7, he saw the beast, the fourth beast. And I'm going to read, after this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible. It's talking about you so-called white folks. Yeah, y'all dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth, meaning it used that iron. It devoured and brake it in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. Keep that in mind. 10 horns that this beast had. Yeah, the fourth beast. See, you white folks, man, y'all devoured and break in pieces and snapped the residue with the feet of it. Yeah, man, y'all terrible. Y'all a terrible nation, man. Y'all was a dreadful and terrible nation of people, man. It's talking about y'all, you so-called white folks, because you're not white, you're red. Yeah, y'all are a dreadful and terrible nation, man. Yeah, when we went into slavery, man, y'all stamped out our heritage out of us. You know, beat it out of us, literally. So keep in mind, 10 horns. You know, in the book of Daniel, we're talking about the fourth beast. Okay, we're gonna move on. Now we're gonna go to Revelation chapter 12, verse 3. You know, this is the scripture that everybody says to the war in heaven. The spiritual demon Satan, the red dragon, you know. You know, they say Satan in hell under the earth, which is bullshit, with a pitchfork, torturing you, punching you in the face and shit, you know. That's what they teaching them Christian churches, the Baptists, Methodists, all that ideology. And them Christian churches, all them stinking wet, nasty ass women be hanging out at, you know. You know, that's what they teaching them churches, man. You know, and they're drunk with that. But I'm gonna read on. I'm gonna read it, start over. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon. Back with that word red again. And they just keep popping up. having 7 heads, and check this out, 10 horns. Now then Daniel chapter 7 said that fourth beast had 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. You know, and like I said, we know that 7 crowns represent, you know, the 7 governments ruled by the so-called white man on this earth to this day. You know, we talking referring to NATO, but NATO has many other nations that are ruled by Edomites and some other, you know, nations, but the primary rulership handle belongs to Esau. And please don't mention Barack Obama. He's just a goddamn puppet set up by the so-called white men, them elite banking families. And guess what? Them elite banking families, they goddamn Edomites. They are not the real Jews. So don't get confused. We still dealing with the red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns. See, this precept lines up with Daniel chapter 7 verse 7. You know, it can't be talking about nobody else. We're talking about the red dragon, and that's you so-called white folks. You know, and so the whole chapter 12 is referring. You know, that didn't happen yet, which is the war that's going to take place when the one who you know is Jesus Christ going to come back. It's going to be a war in the heavens, meaning the atmosphere. You know, the chariots that you're seeing now being popped all over the news, those are the angels that the one who you call Jesus Christ is going to have his war machine on. And they're going to, and like I say, these so-called white folks, the beast, the fourth beast, gonna try to attack him and prevent him from taking rulership, man. Which we know is gonna be a sad story. We already know how they're gonna end. And I'm gonna move on. And I'm gonna go through it again. Daniel chapter 7 verse 24. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall rise. Yeah, of the Edomite nation. The 10 horns are the 10 kings. Alright, keep that in mind. And then we're going to go to Revelation chapter 7 verse 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings. So that's lining up with Daniel chapter 7 verse 24. Which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings on all with the beast. And we talking about the same beast, the same red dragon. So, you know, those are the scriptures lining up with each other, man. This talking about the so-called white man. His nation, the fourth beast that took over. If you remember the map, you know, that's the fourth beast that's going to be on this earth, man. The final beast. You know. Like I say, the Roman Empire got wounded. One of the heads got wounded of the beast, which was the Romans. But that deadly wound was healed. And the elders broke that down. That's referring to the Dark Ages, when the Septimus Severus took down the Roman Empire during 193 AD with all the other Israelites. The historians call, you know, Septimus Severus an African, but he was an Israelite with woolly hair. And him and the other Israelites took down the Roman Empire, man, and put the so-called white man to captivity. And it was known as the Dark Ages. You know, Richard the Lionheart, you know, all them kings, Henry VIII, all them people, man, they were Israelites, man. And see, when the Renaissance came about, they began to whitewash them images, which is known as iconoclasm, during the late 1400s, man. They began to disfigure and deface when they got into power. And they put up Caesar Borgia as the image of Christ. But all that is involved in the revival of the fourth beast, you know, the red dragon with the, you know, 7 heads and 10 horns. Okay, we're gonna move on. In Revelation chapter 17 verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. That her is referring to America. She's the one riding on the red dragon, the beast, and she has a cup. I'm gonna zoom in, so bear with me. Yeah, see this heifer, this bitch. She riding on the dragon, you know, which is known as America. If you read Revelation chapter 17, verse 1, that's the great whore that's sitting on many waters. The waters represent the nations. And she riding on the fourth beast, the red dragon, the nation of Esau. All these European nations, the so-called white man, like I say, he's not white. That's why I say so-called. He's red. You know, his biblical name is Esau, also known as the Edomites. Edom means red.